stopping by the Obviously Authentic channel. My name's Leah, that's spelled Lea and not Leah. And we're going to be talking about Married to Medicine. So this is episode 8 of season 8. So it opens up where it left off, where Toya, Carrie, and Anila are talking while they're getting their hair curled about what Carrie said that Contessa and Heavenly said to her about they want Carrie to join the intelligence side. So Anila and Toya are feeling some type of way. Granted, I would feel some type of way too if someone was calling me stupid, but it is what it is. So what was really funny was while the doctors were surveying the area to figure out where they were going to do the setup for the testing, Anila came down and was like, and it's Cecil and it's Curtis, and you know they eating, and they was like, can you take pictures? Cecil put his head down so quick, like, no thank you. I was like, dang. But she took a little selfie. It was nice. They come back home, and then we get introduced to, I think it was 3 new doctors. One lady was an anesthesiologist, the other one was a plastic surgeon, and the other lady was a dentist. The dentist was getting on my nerves. She was getting on my nerves. So Eugene's brother and mom decide to come because they're from DC. They live on the outskirts of DC like I did. Side note, I don't know what it is. I never thought I would miss like being back in Northern Virginia. Like I used to live in Northern Virginia, Haymarket, Virginia. Most people don't know where that is, but like I normally tell people, oh, I live like in Gainesville, like Manassas area. But like I miss it so much. Like I never thought I would miss being back in DC, but I legit do, and it's weird. It's so weird. Like even the restaurant that they went to on this episode, I think I've either seen it or eaten there, but I couldn't see where the what's it called? The logo of the restaurant was, but I was like, it looked familiar on the inside. But yeah, so Eugene's brother and mom, they live on the outskirts of DC area. So we end up finding a little backstory. Like Dr. Eugene is actually from Northern Virginia or the DC area. That's why like he probably went to Howard because it was in-state. And that tuition, I don't know, because Howard is private, so everybody paying the same. I'd rather go to Howard than Virginia State, and I'd rather go to Virginia State than Virginia Union, but that's another discussion. So we meet the other doctors that were invited. Side note, a lot of people on Twitter and stuff was like, well, maybe they're trying to do like Married to Medicine like DC, which I think would be a cool idea because it's like, it's so many different cultures in DC. So I feel like the amount of like different information about like surgeries and things of that nature would be cool. Plus the cast might be very different, and I'm down for like a different cast. When I say different cast, I mean like a cast that's full of like diversity. Like they tried to do it with Married to Medicine Dallas, because I think they had an Asian girl, and then they also had an Indian girl, and then everybody else was white. And it was kind of interesting to see like how the cultures were colliding, but they canceled it because they really want no drama on that show. But side note, I wrote this down. Heavenly's wig. For Heavenly to have so much money, and she just opened a beauty supply store, why was her wig so tattered? I don't know if I think that's leave out. Don't leave it out. Put it in. Get you a solid unit. Don't know. Oh my gosh. Like I was looking at it, and like you could tell, I think it is her hair, but it's weird because it's like it has highlights in the middle of it. So I don't know if that's her hair or if that's like a part of the unit. I don't know, y'all. All I know is she need to do something with that. And congratulations to her. She just opened up a beauty supply store. It didn't look like a beauty supply store I would probably go to, only because I like hood beauty supply stores, because they normally have all the things you need, plus it's cheap, and I like the budget when it comes to certain things. But congratulations to her. It looked nice. Like, it was the video was her and Alora, and it looked really nice. So I like, congrats to Dr. Heavenly. You know, building businesses, ma'am. So with the new ladies there, like I said, the new dentist, she was getting on my nerves. Like, she was complaining about being hungry and wanting something to drink, and then like it had to be sweet. And I'm like, girl, at this point, get you some lemonade and shut up. So, and I was getting annoyed with Toya, because Toya was complaining about the lady, and I got where she was coming from, but I'm just kind of like, well, you asked her what she wanted, and she's telling you what she wants, so that was on you. But I also understood what Toya was saying, where it's like, bitch, don't be that picky. Like, you obviously see we ain't got no bar here, so wrap it up, ma'am. Wrap it up. So, we continue, and then all the ladies are sitting down. So the new doctors, and then like the regular crew. And then Simone opens up, and she was like, how do we move forward from pain? There was some shade thrown, like Jackie made like a sound, and Simone clocked it and was like, girl, that's not agreeance, that's shade. I don't know. She just said so I don't know. And then we get to Contessa. And y'all already know I don't see it for Miss Contessa or Dr. Contessa, but she said, and if you see me looking down, y'all know it's the nose. She said, I don't hold grudges, which I think is a lie. She was like, she was like, stop being so self-centered, because sometimes people's issues with you is made up in their head. So Toya is drinking her drink, and she making faces like, okay. And then Toya brings up the whole comment that Carrie made, and she's like, they're arguing back and forth. And then Contessa tried to act like she didn't say it, but then we peep over to Dr. Heavenly's confessional, and she basically ratted her out and said that she did say it. And then like Contessa's whole thing is like, she don't remember. And I don't know. Y'all already know. I just felt like I'm not that big of a fan of Toya, but in my opinion, I think Contessa looks down upon Toya. And I think a lot of the ladies do, because Toya ain't really got nothing going on. She's just she's just a housewife. Like, she does have a degree in education and everything, but like, she's just a housewife. We haven't seen her do like philanthropy or anything of that nature. But I did if you check out Mr. Stills, not Mr. Stills, because I've been following him since a long time, but Scotty by Nature TV, he did like an article, like it did like a video on an article that Toya was talking about. And basically, Toya said that like she's been writing a book, and they have filmed her working on writing the book, but they don't show it on the show. And I made a comment on his, like in the comic section, I was just like, that's kind of messed up, because they paint Toya to be the dumb one of the group, but they're not showcasing all facets of her life. So I get it. To me, it just seems like, it doesn't seem like, Contessa and Heavenly don't respect Toya. They think Toya is beneath them, and they think Toya is quite stupid. And I found it to be very passive aggressive for Contessa to be like, it's in their head, when it's like, no, you don't like her. I would rather respect you and be like, I don't like her, because she outed herself when they were arguing. And I had to give Toya her props, because I thought Toya wasn't going to like say anything, in the sense of like, when Contessa was like, who the F you talking to? And she looked her dead in her face and said, the person I'm looking at. And I got to give you props for that. You didn't cower to Contessa. You said what you said. So I got to give you props for that. But, what's it called? But, they got the arguing, and basically Contessa called Toya a dumb B. So to me, that confirms that you don't respect her, and you do think she's stupid, because you wouldn't be so regularly, I said regularly, you wouldn't be so readily, I can't say the word, you wouldn't be so quick to call her a dumb bee if you like didn't say that or didn't have that perception. And even Dr. Heavenly said, I ain't said it, but I did have that, I had that thought. One thing I didn't like was that Toya was bringing, like Curtis said, you bringing all that negative energy to the men when we not even in it. And they was like, we don't even want to know. And I'm with them. Like, if you arguing with them, don't bring that negativity over here. Like, don't do all of that. Like, keep that to yourself. And I was with Simone when Simone was like, the easiest way for them to like, the easiest way to solve this is they can do social distancing practices, just double it. So stay 12 feet away from each other and keep it pushing. They still talking. Toya, like, Simone calms Toya down and, like, you know, tell her to woosah. She woosah. Kieran gives them some food. Y'all know I love Kieran, Dr. Kieran, because he had me weak. Because when Anila told him in the confessional about the whole intelligence thing, he was like, y'all all are stupid because y'all are having an argument about intelligence. I said, okay. Then when they were on the bus, like, Dr. Damon, I guess, is not a morning person. And Eugene even said, I'm not a morning person. But, like, Heavenly was like, well, you know, he like morning sex. And then Dr. Damon said, why ain't he happy? I cackled. I said, because you're not doing your job, ma'am. But, the shrimp looked good. They just said it was really spicy. And Indian food is normally spicy, so they should have known. You can tell Damon is taking this. I thought it was cool to see Dr. Damon take this so seriously. Like, you could, like, he even said he felt like this was a noble cause, which I don't know. I don't think it's that noble, but I do understand feeling a sense of pride knowing that, like, you tested so many black people because we are the ones most affected by this stupid thing, this virus, and, like, you feeling like you made a difference and you did your part, which I think is very wonderful. So we actually get to see everybody at the march on Washington, and they tested everybody. The people who weren't doctors, they ended up giving out masks, hand sanitizer. I was proud of them. That's one thing I really do appreciate about Married to Medicine. When it comes to when they do outreach programs, especially the doctors and even the wives sometimes, they do serious outreach. And I also think, excuse me, y'all, Married to Medicine did a wonderful job showcasing all the protests and things of that nature that happened during the, I'm sorry, y'all, during the summer compared to Real Housewives. Real Housewives, I think, did like a horrible job because, like a lot of people have said, y'all gave nobody no trigger warning about the whole about what happened with George Floyd. Like, a lot of people have went a long time without seeing the video, and then y'all show it and with no like trigger warning or to show people like this is what's about to happen. Also, it was like, I don't know. I just don't think they did a good job showcasing it. I think Married to Medicine did a wonderful job because it hasn't been a whole season worth of it. It's been legit like, we went and we did this. We're proud of it and we want y'all to see it. And we moving on to something else, which I appreciate because like a lot of people said, TV is an escape. Don't nobody want to constantly see that shit and be bombarded with such negativity when I'm only watching this show to see y'all be messy. But I was happy for them. Dr. Heavenly even got emotional and like she tried to talk to Toya, but I agree with Toya. Like, Heavenly will say something really sweet in the moment, but then 10 minutes later, she gonna be cussing you out. But I did appreciate her showcasing her emotions and telling her, like, thank you for being here. This is way much bigger than us. And, like, you know, I care about you. So, I did like what Reverend Sharpton says, you may kill the dreamer, but you don't kill the dream. I think that's important. Like, a lot of times we think things die when the person who starts it dies, but that's That's not what really happens. Like, that's how legacies and like movements are started or continued, where like someone may pass away, but that doesn't mean like they have impacted so many other, so much other. I can't get my words together. They have impacted so many other people that the people that they have impacted will continue their work and even further it even further. I do hope that like in 57 years, like they said on the show, that we not dealing with this anymore. I genuinely hope that. Like, I don't know if it's gonna happen, because I don't want anybody to like, I don't know if you want to look it up, but like we have seen other people of color, whether they be Hispanic, Latin, or Black, being accosted by the police, whether physically or actually being killed by them. And it doesn't seem like it was, and it wasn't warranted. Scratch it, doesn't seem it wasn't warranted. So I don't know what would have to happen for things to change. But I'm hoping that they will change to where in 50 years we're not worrying about this anymore. The women are getting ready. They're going to dinner. Next episode we'll see Giselle and Robin from Real Housewives of Potomac, because they'll be popping up at the dinner. But they left Lisa and Carrie. I don't know how long it was taking them to get ready, but like I thought it was kind of rude that they left them. I thought it was funny when Curtis was like, you need to tell them they were wrong for leaving you because they messed up how our night was supposed to start. But as they're on their way there, we're about to see a rift between Anila and Toya, because Anila lets it be known that she hasn't paid her makeup artist, or which rather for it's Toya's makeup artist. And Toya was like, girl, you embarrassing me because I referred you to these people, so pay them. Like, you were a referral and stuff. So, and I got where Toya was saying, like, if I refer you to people and you take on their services, girl, pay them people. Don't have me giving me a bad reputation where I'm like, I have friends that don't pay people, so people won't want to work with me. Carrie and Lisa finally get to the restaurant after the ladies leave them. And like Carrie says, you know, Daddy was being real good. And then Heavenly got mad and was like, you don't call him Daddy. And then Carrie said, Dr. Damon Daddy. And I cackled. Because my thing is like, don't call that man Daddy in front of people if you don't want people to call him Daddy jokingly. Like, that's on you, boo. That's on you. But yeah, it was a cute episode. I wonder, next episode, I guess we're going to find out if Scott is cheating or not. I don't really think he cheating. I just think they playing it up for the TV. But we'll find out next Sunday. But yeah, that's it. That's all, y'all. Remember, be bravely authentic. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night whenever you see this. And I'm out. Deuces.